Jai Gurudev students. Now welcome again in this science class. Children, last time in last class we have completed the revision of chapter number 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So now today let's start chapter number 4. So name of the chapter 4 is heat and temperature. So let's start. Chapter number 4 is heat and temperature. Okay. So first of all, you should know that what is heat. Heat, you know that it is a form of energy. Okay, what is heat? It is a form of energy, and this energy we can utilize to do any kind of work. Just like you can take as an example cooking of food. We cook food by the use of heat energy of our LPG gas. Okay, gas molecules, they produce energy, heat energy, and with the help of that heat energy we can cook food. In the same way, many kind of work we are performing with the help of this heat, and how this heat is produced, that thing next your topic is how heat is produced. So before discussing this topic, first I want to tell you about few terms which you might be don't know about those. So first term is matter. What is matter? M-A-T-T-E-R, matter. Matter means thing. In common English we can call it as a thing, but this is a scientific term which we use as a matter, and matter is an object or it is a thing which can occupy space and has some mass. Just like this board. Board is also a matter, means board has occupied this much space and it has a mass also. Mass means content. It has content in it. In the same way, we can take example of this duster. Okay, duster is also a matter. If I keep duster here, you can see that duster also can occupy this much space. Okay, so it is also occupying space and it has also mass. It is also made up of some kind of content. We can touch it, we can see these metals. Okay, and in the same way, so many examples you can take of matter. And matters are not always these bigger things which I am showing you. Matter is a very small thing also, means we can say that this matter is in the form of some invisible particles which you can't see with your naked eyes. Even that we can't see with our with the help of microscope also, simple microscope. Okay, so that invisible or we can say smallest particles are called atoms. So atoms is your second term which you have to remember, that what are the atoms. Atoms are the smallest particles which are present in the universe all around us, but we can't see them. Okay, but when atoms join together or combine together, then they will form a third thing which is called molecule. Okay, combination of many atoms is called molecules. So molecules are visible to us, just like I am writing with the chalk. Okay, and you can see these chalk particles, or we can say if we touch here, here is a powder of this chalk. So this powder, when we call this powder is spreading in the air, or when this powder is keeping under the microscope, we can easily visible the particles of these powdered form of chalk. Okay, so these powdered form of chalk particles are called molecules. Okay, so we can say that molecules are visible but atoms are not visible. Understand? They are very small and tiny. And children, now we come to our chapter, or now we come to our topic which we have to learn just now. How the heat is produced. Okay, you know children, so many kind of elements are present, or atoms are present in our universe. So those all the atoms, they collide together. Collide means they hit together, or when they move, by moving they come close together and they hit to each other. And that time when all the molecules, they during movement they collide with each other or hit to each other, they can produce energy in the universe. Okay, and because of that energy, heat is produced. In the same way, sun is also a main source of heat energy. Okay, you know that because of sunlight we are getting heat energy, and now this is a summer season, and you can easily feel that during summer how much heat is there, because our means on which part of earth we are living, that is now just coming in front of the sun. Okay, so that's why we are receiving more heat of the sun, and here is summer now. So that this sunlight or heat of the sun is also due to the atoms which are present in the sun, and they also collide with each other, they rub with each other, and they hit to each other. That's why they produce energy in the form of heat and light. So children, we can say that heat is also a form of energy. Okay, so in this way energy is produced. So how the energy is produced, we can say to feel this, you can do a very simple activity which is given in your book also. Like our palms, these are the palms. So you touch your palms to your cheeks. Okay, and you feel normal, means our cheeks are now normal. But if you rub your these palms 4 to 5 times like this sharply, and then you touch it, now you feel that by rubbing our hands become warm. Okay, more hotter as compared to previous condition. In the same way, when any molecule they rub together, that time they can produce energy, heat energy. Okay, so in this activity we can easily understand that how the molecules or how the atoms they can collide to produce energy. And when any molecule rub together, or many molecules or atoms they rub together, this rubbing process is called friction. Okay, what we call it? Friction. Okay, this friction word also you will learn in the next classes in detail. Friction. Okay, this is a just rubbing. So due to friction or collision, or many words we can use for this rubbing, that all the atoms or molecules they produce heat energy. And in some reactions also, in your book they have given an example of quicklime. Chuna, we can call in common language chuna. Your parents must be knowing about that. You can ask your parents this quicklime. And this quicklime, when we add water in this quicklime, then a big, we can say a huge amount of heat is produced in this reaction. You can easily identify the reaction that many reactions in the same way, they also produce heat. Okay, and that heat, we can say heat is also produced by the reaction between chemicals. When many reaction occurs between the chemicals and they react with each other, then also they can produce heat energy. Okay, so children, this is about the what is heat and how the heat is produced. So after this, our next topic is effects of heat. Okay, so what are the effects of heat? Means what this heat can do. First main thing, I have already told you that with the help of heat we can perform so many things, or so many work we can do with the help of heat. But here effects of heat we can study under two main headings. First is change in state of matter. Heat can change the state of matter. State of matter means, as you know, that matter exists in three states. Any of the matter, anything can be exist in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. So here very common example and I want to give you, that is water. You know that water is also existing in three states: solid state, which is ice; liquid state, which is water; and gaseous state, that is steam. Okay, and water vapors, we can say. So what this heat can change the state of matter. If we provide heat to the ice, it can change into a liquid state. And if we provide more heat to that water, then that liquid state will again change from liquid to gaseous state. Means they will convert from water to water vapors, and in the form of steam they go to the atmosphere. So in this way you can understand that heat can, with the help of heat we can change the state of any matter. Okay, and second thing is, what we do means, what is the second effect of heat? That is second effect of heat is expansion. Expansion. Heat can cause expansion in case of solids, in case of liquids, in case of gases also. Okay. What is expansion? Expansion means to spread off. Means expansion means फैल जाना. Okay. How this happen? Let's we study one by one. First we will study this expansion in case of solids. Okay, so heat, with the effect of heat, or when we provide heat to solids, or when in naturally also with the help of sunlight or heat of the sun, also solids can expand. Solids. Okay. You know that in case of solids, we can take example of railway tracks, electric wires. Okay. During summer season, electric wires becomes loose every year. During this season, summer season, that electrician or electric board, that workers are working in electricity board, they again make them tight, but when summer comes, again they becomes loose with the help of sunlight or heat of the sun. Because when sun rays fall on those solid wires, then what will happen? That wires becomes loose, they expand, not so much, but little bit expansion is there. And in the same way, that railway tracks, girders are there in the railway tracks. You know that railway tracks are just like this. Okay, and here in the railway tracks, what they made, these are the girders, this one girder, and this is the second girder. Okay, this is one and this is second, and in between two girders they always leave some place. Means when they arrange these girders, then here they leave little bit gap, and they here again they put the second girder. Okay, in this way you can see the railway track, and then you can find out why they maintain this much, a small gap they keep in between, why they maintain this gap between the railway tracks. Because of expansion of these iron girders, because they are made up of iron. Okay, and when train moves on these girders, and during summer seasons, normally also when train moves on the girders, then what will happen? It produces a lot of heat, and when they become hot, so much hot, and during this summer season more heat is providing to them. So what will happen? They expand little bit. Okay, and when they expand, when they little bit show expansion, then to maintain its natural position, or we can say original position, they maintain a gap in between two girders, so that any accident should not happen. Okay, so this is one of the examples. Second example I have given to you about the electric wires. Means from these two things you can easily understand that heat can also expand the liquids. Okay, and at your home also you can easily identify that if any jam container, which means lid of the jam container, if it is of metal, iron, or any metal, if we keep that container in refrigerator, you are not able to open that lid of the container very easily, because by cooling always solids contract, and by providing heat always they expand. Okay, and when we take out from refrigerator and keep in a hot condition, or provide little bit heat to it, then easily you can open its lid. Okay, so that from that thing also you can understand that heat shows expansion, and heat can cause expansion in case of solids. Okay, so hope you understand this topic, expansion of solids. And second effect of heat is means we are studying about expansion. Now I explained you about the expansion in case of solids. Now you can see expansion in case of liquids. Expansion in liquids. In case of liquids, as you know that here you can take example of milk. Better you understand that when you boil milk, children, milk is a liquid form of matter. So when you boil milk, you can see that if half filled vessel is there or your container is half filled with milk, then if you boil it, after boiling, you know that it can come out of the vessel also, out of the container also, if you not switch off gas at proper time. Okay, so how this happens? Because when heat is providing to that milk particles, they get energy and they become energetic and they started moving up and towards the upper part. Okay, and all the molecules of milk, they started moving, and it depends on the matter, or we can say thing, that some of the matters, they show so much expansion and some of the matter, they show less expansion. Okay, some of the molecules, they get a lot of energy or they become so much energetic and they show so much expansion, and some of the liquid material, they show less expansion. Water also, when you boil it, it can show its movement, and you can see boiling water can take more space as compared to normal water. Okay, when you boil the water, you can see that water vessel will take, means water will take so much of place as compared to cool water. So in that case also you can study, but when we compare milk with water, then milk expand more as compared to water. Okay, so it depends on expansion, depends on means different liquid expand differently. So this is also the expansion in case of liquids. Okay, and next is expansion in case of gases. Expansion in case of gases. Children, gases also expand, and by getting heat, gases also expand, and gases expand so much as compared to liquid. Gases expand more and liquid expand more as compared to solids. Means solid expand little bit and liquid expand more than solids, and gases expand much. Means gases are more showing more expansion as compared to liquids and solids. And in case of gases, you can take example of your LPG cylinder. You know that during winter season, you ask your parents, maybe you are not knowing about this, you ask your parents during the winter season, sometime when gas cylinder it is going to empty, then if we keep that gas cylinder for some time in the sunlight, then what will happen? That will again start producing gas. Means start again that a gas again start coming from the pipe. When we again attach that same cylinder which was not producing gas previously, if we keep for some time in the sunlight, again it can start producing this start supplying, we can say, LPG gas. Okay, then how this happen? Because when we provide this heat of the sun to that cylinder, then what will happen? That molecules which are staying at the bottom of that cylinder, they stay at the bottom of the cylinder because of coolness, because cold weather is there. So because of cold weather, they stick to the walls, or they settle at the bottom of the cylinder. They start moving upward. Okay, they start expanding, and when they start expansion, then again that LPG gas comes out through the pipe to our gas stove. Okay, so this is also a common example. I am giving you common daily life examples so that you can understand better, in better way, that how this expansion can cause.